Well, this is a marmalade hoverfly, although it's quite dark looking. Harder to see the marmalade colours, but it is in fact that. It's can be found at all times of year, but it's interesting. I'd say this one probably just awoke from its slumbers, although they've been going around for a while. Isn't that beautiful? I'd love to see the hovering. Just looking for a sunny patch to sunbathe on. I disturbed it. Early for that hoverfly though. There's a few blue bottles around as well. There's the hoverfly again. See, they have that strange knack of sometimes holding one wing out. You know, like they're thinking about whether or not they're going to fly off. So here we have a bumblebee, and this is looks like it's definitely a queen. She's big. She's so big she's shaking the bushes when she actually lands on the flowers. These flowers are vinca, and Vinca deformis, so it's actually not a wild species, but it is a naturalized species. Very popular with insects, particularly in winter, because it's one of the few plants blooming steadily. There we go. The interesting thing about bumblebees, now this seems to be Bombus terrestris, which is the common or the common ground bumblebee, or the buff-tailed bumblebee. Has to raise the first brood herself, and they'll help her build the rest of the nest. There can be about 30 to maybe 60, maybe a bit more, bumblebees in a nest. And the interesting thing is that how it came to be Bumble, I'm not sure. It seems to be a joke, but bumblebee was originally humblebee, and humble was originally just another term for common, or a more gentle term for common. So it was humblebee, and at some point it became bumblebee. I have no idea why, but I like bumblebee. They do kind of bumble around the place, although I think it's more to do with their size than anything, and she was definitely bumbling around, and yet very delicately landing on each of these little flowers to get pollen out of them, and collect it and bring it back to her nest. Very that for such a large bee, that involves a lot of skill. Nothing really bumbling about it, although it looks like it. These crocuses are our naturalized crocuses. These ones planted themselves, and they've been here for many years, and they're pretty much wild. They might have originally been planted in a garden, but they ran wild, and these are the ones that I kind of judge as the real spring crocus. I mean, there are crocuses that will come up even in snow, that are, horticultural products basically, but these are the classic, traditional early crocus, the wild one, or the naturalized one, and probably in this case, these are the ones people brought around with them when they went around the world, or around Ireland anyway. They would have, I don't know if we had them naturally or they were brought from England or continental Europe way back centuries ago, but people loved them and people brought them with them in their little cottage gardens. It's absolutely a delight to see them. Today they opened up, and hoverflies have been attending them, so I'm really excited about it. Our daffodils have opened up too, so that's our daffodils properly open. It won't be long now before we start seeing the different mining bees and things. We have honeybees and bumblebees already, and hoverflies. It's beautiful. And frog spawn. There we go. Beautiful to see. Now you mightn't realise it, but crocuses have a beautiful scent. You mightn't realise it because they're so low to the ground. You probably don't ever dip your head down to get to test out that scent. So The trick is not to put your face in a nettle like that one. No scent yet, but I've noticed that when the scent comes, it usually takes a few days after, or maybe a day after they've opened up. But when it does come, it's absolutely beautiful. It's well worth waiting for. Now here's an exciting little discovery. A violet. Dog violet, so completely wild violet. And that's dog violet. Actually, I think it's the early dog violet. Well, I'm not sure. But it's beautiful. And it's the only one so far. Isn't that lovely? Just sitting there under some bushes.